All right, so thanks for joining, everyone. This is Shogun Capital's first virtual pitch event. First of all, let us introduce ourselves. Who we are? We are Shogun Capital. Sachin and I, we are co-founder and management partner of Shogun Capital. Sachin?
I guess it's on remote. I don't know if you can see my window, but yeah. Hi.
Yeah, I can see that. So like we, at Shogun Capital, we invest and support AI deep tech startups from the early stages. At this moment, we are preparing to launch our incubation accelerator programs in this year. And while we are raising fund, we basically started to brainstorm how we can be helpful to the ecosystem, especially a global ecosystem in Asia. So we have a connection to VCs. Thanks for joining everyone today. Also, we do have a connection with early stage startups. This is basically our idea. We are going to organize the virtual pitch event. It's called Showcase. This is the early stage startup founders. They do have a chance to present their startups to angel investors, VC, and corporate. Each event, we do have 6 selected startups, and everybody has the chance to pitch 3 minutes to the investors. Also, after the pitch with the investors, they have a 3 minutes Q&A. And who's going to be participant? Somebody who wanted to invest in startups, also looking for the new technology, and who likes to do the networking. And then this is not the open event, so that's why we send it to a form. Thanks for filling out the form before that. So we just invited who basically submit the form, and we already have the information. After this event, we're gonna send it to all the startups information to all the participants. And today, also the startup founders, thanks for joining. We do have 6 selected startups. First pitch is gonna be a Xenotech, Francis. And second one is a Palba, Abby, and CEO and founder. And third one is a Storyword, Jan Nicholas. Fourth one is a Deep again, Sanjeev. Fifth one is a Shofu Hani. And last one is a Customer Glue. Cool. And then also, this is news. We have upcoming event too. Next one, it's gonna be Taiwan / AI startups pitch event. In 2 months, April, it's gonna be the Korean and the AI startups event. And then we do have upcoming event by June. And the idea is either we're gonna focus on a specific country or specific industry. That's we're gonna do a monthly basis. So any of the investors who join today's event, we already have you guys information. So we're gonna send it to the invitation every time. And then another one is we are also planning to launch our Shogun Pod. It is a podcast for startups. We are working on twice a week to interview with industry expertise, somebody like VC's founder and the venture builders. So idea is just gonna generate the contents who could be useful to early stage startups, also ecosystem in Asia too. The format is we just have a 30 minutes interview, and we are going to launch it podcast and YouTube. And after that, as you guys already tried Clubhouse, we are planning to do a Q&A session with who just gave an interview, and then also who listened to the podcast too. That's how we are planning to build ecosystem with the partners in Asia. So anyone who wanted to participate for the podcast, please send me a direct message after this. In that case, without further ado, let's begin. So first startup is going to be Xenotech. CEO and founder, Francis is CEO and founder. Xenotech provide AR-based remote education and assist software for higher education and industry. I'm going to pass over I'm going to stop the remote. So Francis, you could set up your pitch deck right now.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, and you can, I'll keep the timer for 3 minutes. You can start it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, this is Francis. I'm the CEO and the founder of Xenotech. Xenotech, we provide an AR solution for transferring knowledge for higher education and industry. As you know, with the pandemic, the virtual and remote education, it becomes a big issue for higher education and also industry for training employees. And the conventional e-learning with recorded lectures, videos, and web meeting has a lot of limitation. So we provide a new way of transferring knowledge. So we convert this conventional materials with to the AR-based contents, and I can show briefly how that works. So we provide an editor to create the contents without programming, and just pick and choose and move and take a snapshot, and you can show the contents and then interact with the contents. And also you can share the contents in real time with other trainees or students, and then you can communicate with them and interact together. And also you can record the contents so that you can post that in a website or share with SNS. So with that, we have pilots, running pilots and POC with the higher education leading universities in like a University of Michigan. And we did a pilot for the fall semester last year. And we were conducting other pilots with Korean universities. And also for the industry, we are running pilot for showing the products virtually. Our go-to-market strategy is for expanding our market with the universities like MIT, and also we are trying to work with the online massive courseware providers. And for industry, we're expanding our clients to educate their customers. And the market size for the global education market is about $137.2 billion. Among that, the AR, VR-based education technology makes $12.6 billion. And we are expecting fundraising as well as the customers and collaborators. And I'm the 3 times CEO, I have a exit experience. And we have a team of engineers and designers to create this great experience solution. Thank you very much.
Cool. Awesome. In that case, we do have a 3 minutes Q&A with a participant. Anyone has any question? Feel free to ask them.
Yeah, Francis, yeah, thanks for the presentation. It looks very interesting. Just a couple questions to understand the product and service better. So everything is augmented reality, or is it VR?
We are focused on augmented reality. We can convert that to VR, but because we want to interact with the student or trainee, so we are focusing on AR.
Okay, thanks. And is everything done in real time, or is it a lecture or a lesson which is then shared with other students or trainees?
Yeah, we provide both synchronous and asynchronous mode. So for the synchronous mode, you can connect with other students and then show the contents at real time so that other students can see how that works together in remote places. But also for when you record the contents, AR contents, and then post them on the website, the student can see the video, but also can play the AR content synchronized with the video. So we think that this AR recorded video can also provide a great learning experience.
And what about interactivity? Is it kind of one way where the student is using his phone or a tablet to view the augmented reality experience, or is there an actual kind of back and forth in terms of manipulating the 3D shapes?
Yeah, that part is we are actually working on that. So from the professors or the instructor, he can or she can manipulate and play the guided sort of the animation, and then we plan to have the students and also interact with the content, so they can have a bi-directional interaction, and also you can manipulate the contents 3D model at real time, so that they can communicate based on 3D model interaction, and we are planning on that features down the road.
What is like the primary use case for this? Because I've seen a lot of kind of educational technology. I've seen similar type products, but I think the hardest is they're so niche that they can't get enough traction. So like, what do you think would be the most common use cases for this product?
For higher education, we are working with the the College of Engineering, and we think that like colleges of like architecture, and where they need sort of a three-dimensional aspect of the subject, they can use this to like remotely educate other people. And for the industry, we've been working with a couple of clients, and they need to train their employees or their clients remotely, so they can use this 3D model of equipment or the facilities, and that's for training purpose.
And then just one very last question. Why does it need to be augmented reality versus just the image in 3D space?
That's more for because we want to use it for the industry use as well, and some of our clients, they want to view their like a working environment with the machines, and they can learn how they can operate the equipments, viewing the 3D model together with the actual the equipments. So it's more suitable for training with the actual objects instead of just 3D model or contents.
Got it. Thanks.
Time's up. Thanks for asking the question, Terrace, and great pitch, Francis. It was Xenotech.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Hey, Jin, are the startups also going to talk about valuation and what their raise is and kind of how they use their funds? I don't want to use up all the time asking those kind of questions, but curious to understand. Like,
yeah, that's
at some point.
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, in Japan, so I'm not sure like we should consider we are Japanese investors, or like I am like based in Japan, because this is like a virtual event. But due to the Japanese regulation, technically in Japan, any of like startups or like a VC, they can raise any money officially, the virtually, right? So that's kind of like, I mean, we're gonna send it to like the information to everyone, so you guys can have take a look and then discuss separately after that if you're interested in investing there, or just like talking to them too.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, cool. Cool. In that case, the second pitch is going to be Palba. Avi is CEO and founder. Palba is a Substack for community builders and organizers.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
So,
Great. Yeah.
Go ahead, Seth.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Great meeting, everyone. I'm Abhijit. I'm the CEO and founder at Parva. We want to help online creators build and run paid communities really easily. Online communities are being built by creators left, right, and center. Online creators, as we know, are the biggest set of entrepreneurs currently on the internet. But ad-based models only serve large creators, and there is a long tail of niche online creators that are left behind. So the problem is that there is no standard way to convert these audiences into active communities and monetize them. So what the niche creator ends up doing is working for free and not monetizing directly from their audience. We at Parva, we are working on a solution which helps these online creators create their audiences into communities, pack all their content, events, chat communities into one product, Parva, and put a subscription layer on top of it. We are bundling all these solutions for these creators and helping them make money. For the creator, it's really simple. They download the app, create a community, onboard their community, and start monetizing by putting posts, events, and their chat communities on the end. On the end user side, the experience is more like surfing multiple great communities and trying them out, talking to these online creators, community organizers, and experiencing new communities every day. We think the market is really huge. There are more than, according to various surveys, more than 50 million online creators who try to make money on the internet. And we think that Parva can be a great way to monetize for them. Uh, so we already have 60 plus more creators trying to monetize their communities on Parva. We have enabled more than 2,300 free subscriptions. We already have 120 paid users who pay for one or more communities. Interestingly, we have 30% of these people paying for one more community after paying for one community. These communities they discover through Parva. And we have a growing set of end users, and we are only in private beta. We are not taking on more growing list of waitlisters. We are not onboarding. We are just 3 months from launch, and we have great creator feedback. We were also featured alongside Storytel, Audible, and Pratilipi, huge companies for online creators here in India. And what we are doing currently are we are raising for our pre-seed 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 money around $2,000, and we want to 20x the creator onboarding in the next 6 months and also reach product market fit.
Time's up.
Cool. Time's up. Let's take a question from our audience.
Someone's alarm is going off.
Yeah.
Oh, just a sec.
All right. Maybe he set up the 3 minutes timer for himself. That was well prepared. Good job.
Oh, so sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay. All right. In that case, let's take Garba's question first, and then let's take Terrace's question second.
Great. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Abhijit. Good to hear the pitch. I think 2 quick questions. One is, how are you onboarding these creators? Like, what's the mechanism to get them onboarded? I know, we have Insta accounts, Insta groups as well, which is a simple,
Right.
easy way for me to create my fan base and monetize as well. So that is one. Secondly, how do you keep them staying on your platform? See, once they have that group, a lot of them migrate to a WhatsApp group because it's easier, it's cheaper, they don't have to pay you at all. So if you can help me understand these two.
Right. So first of all, how we make money is by helping them make money. We only make money when someone is earning. So there is a great way for us to, we actually try to give incentives to the payers. We have gamifying the experience for the paying people. So the more you pay for a community on Parva, you get extra incentives to stay on Parva for those community members. So that is how we are trying to control the experience for the end user. For the creator, we try to bring them more opportunities. For example, in the beginning, we try to bring them brand experiences, brand contracts that we are in touch with, so their monetization increases. And we are looking at ways to improve that stickiness much further.
Sorry, quick one on that. So how do you originally tap the creators and their fan base?
So yeah, so our primary customer is the creator, obviously. So we the primary motivation for our initial cohort of 70 to 100 online creators was monetization, and they experienced the ease with which they can bundle all their content and events into one single subscription. That as the primary USP, which cannot be done at least where they are on Instagram or somewhere else, on meetup.com. So most of our, at least 50 to 60% of our online creators are coming from meetup.com, and that is the gap we fill eventually.
Hi, Abhijit.
Hi.
Just a quick question. So what is the platform that the creators will be using? I can understand if this is kind of their way to manage their subscriptions, the payments, bonuses, and other kind of paid perks. But what
Right.
exactly are the creators producing? Is it is it like text? Is it video? I didn't understand that part.
Sure. So from our experience, these kind of online creators who create communities are mostly into three types of content producers together. One is events like these that can happen over Zoom or some other platform. The second is chats. These are exclusive AMAs, exclusive AMAs with people they invite. And the third one is audio content that can be blended into a Substack kind of an article. So most of our, interestingly, most of our online creators create these three kind of experiences simultaneously. And we are trying to tap into those kind of online communities who do not find a way to bundle all these experiences together into one. For example, there have been Substack writers who have been using Slack channels to create that community experiences out of Substack, and then again they struggle to monetize those. They eventually what they do is end up sending those Slack channels to their paid Substack members. Most of our organizers, what they want to do is also monetize those kind of channels inside Slack.
And for your platform, it's only subscription. There's no, is there a freemium model where someone starts to use it because they enjoy maybe some of the initial articles or chats, but then they decide to subscribe and then pay for the rest of it, or is it just subscription? Like, I'm trying to understand where the funnel is. Is the funnel product, or is the funnel Instagram, WhatsApp or other platforms?
As I said, obviously the funnel is where these online creators are there right now. But as I already mentioned, we have enabled more than 2,500 free subscriptions. So in every community, there is a free and paid tier, and every member has a chance to go through the free tier, look out at the experiences, look out at the free chats, what the creator is enabling, and then take a decision to move on to the paid layer.
Got it.
Cool. Time's up. So the last question is let's take the last question from Evan. Are you planning to partner with media companies like Dentsu? Curious what your channel's partner strategy might be.
So
Short
yeah,
answer?
so interesting. Yeah, interestingly, I come from Analytics India magazine, one of the biggest AI media companies in the country, and we are actively planning to partner with them to see if we can host their online communities and other big companies like Your Story, etc. So we definitely are looking to media partners for sure.
Cool. All right, sounds good. Cool. In that case, the next startup is going to be Storyword. Jan Nicholas, co-founder. Through the Storyword application, we are able brand to safely and one second, instantly reward Pico influencers who share brands' contents on their social media. And you can take over this slide.
Is that okay?
Yes, we can see that. Such a timer.
Yeah, you can start in 3, 2, 1, and start. Yep.
Okay. So hello, everyone. My name is Jean-Nicolas, co-founder at Storyword. We are in the influence marketing industry. Boom. Okay. And as you probably know, the influence marketing industry has been moving from using big influencers to micro and nano influencer over the last 5 years. And at Storyword, we believe that the next move is engaging what we call Pico influencer. By Pico influencer, we're talking about people who have less than 1K followers on Instagram, and they can share brands content on their social media. As of today, nano and Pico influencers campaigns are very difficult to manage for brands. And the main reason is that brands and agencies can simply not deal with that much Pico influencers at the same time. This is why 4 months ago, we decided to create the Story Wall application in order to enable brands to safely and instantly reward Pico influencers who can share brands content on their Instagram account. So you just open, as a user, you just open the Story Wall application, you find the content you want to share on Instagram, you mention the brand, your friends, you get back on the Story Wall application and you get a reward. The advantage is for brands, we increase the virality of their contents, for sure. We collect data on engaged users, we generate for them income, and for users, they get rewarded, as I just said, with coupons, cashback, gifts, and they try to become brands ambassador. The business model is very simple. We take $1 for CPN for the visibility on social media that we bring for the brands, and we take 20% commission on generated income. The market size of this industry is getting bigger and bigger. By 2022, it will be $15 billion, and we think we can reach 20 million Pico influencers worldwide. Even if it's just the beginning of this adventure, but we're very confident on the traction and first KPIs that we got from the beta version that we developed. We have 1.6 million impressions in only 10 days with 500 users. Next step, in the next 3 months, we want to first grow our user database. We want to find first clients, mostly CPG brands, and we want to prepare for fundraising. Our mission is clear. We want to become the world leading Pico influencer application. And in order to achieve that, we have a strong co-founding team. We've been working over the last 3 years in the influence marketing industry. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. If you have any question, feel free.
Cool. 14 seconds left, so we can take a Q&A for 3 minutes. Anyone has any question? Let's take one question from one person. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead, Terence.
Jean-Nicolas, just a question. You said you had 1.6 million impressions. What was the conversion rate of that to actual paid dollars? Products purchased.
Oh, for the moment, we didn't develop the boutique, the store on the application. That's on the plan. So we don't have the conversion rate figure.
Got it. So this is supposed to like compete with like Instagram and other platforms?
We're not really competing with Instagram in the sense that we're like a huge agency, a communication agency somehow. We just automated the process, and in order to enable brands to work with Pico influencer, which means people who has a very few followers on Instagram. So we're not competing. We're not a social media platform.
Why would people want to use Storyboard then? Like, I can understand if I want to send it to people because I'm financially benefiting from it, but like, why would my friend want to be on Storyboard just so that, they receive kind of, like ads from me?
Yeah, no, you pick up the content from Storyboard, right? And you go on Instagram and share it to your friends, and you get rewarded by doing so.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So the platform is really like Instagram then, right? That's like the ultimate sharing platform.
Yeah, but the content is not shared on Storyboard. That's the point.
No, I understand. You take it from Storyboard, you share it on Instagram, right?
Yeah, Instagram, and hopefully in the next few months we're gonna be able to share the content on Snapchat or TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, I think everyone's trying to figure out how to monetize better. I mean, especially kind of all influencers. I think nowadays everyone's an influencer in some degree, whether you have 1,000 followers or 10. The challenge that I've seen in other platforms, like Tiny Sponsor is in the space as well. If you want to take a look at their website, is like authenticity. So, like my friends wouldn't appreciate if I send them, a blender because, my paid on that is higher than something else. So I think you have to kind of figure out how to work that in so that, when people share, like I would instantly defriend someone who just started spamming me, stuff. So I think that's a tricky thing you have to kind of work through. I know it's early, but that's definitely going to be a challenge.
Yeah. Cool. let's take a last question from other people. Anyone?
I had a question. Thank you, Jean-Nicolas. It was very, very interesting. I was wondering, especially, you know, I'm in Japan, and Japan is a big user of Instagram, of Twitter. They're #2 in the world. So I was wondering a bit about you mentioned a kind of like a global milestones, right? And global KPIs. So what is your plan about like expanding to different countries, and how do you plan to capture users with your localized strategy?
Yeah, well, first, what's very hard on our in our business, in our application, is that we have to develop the user database and also the brands. We have to contact brands to make them come into the application and have content to share. So I think the strategy is to first start in France and maybe Europe, and then go into some countries like Japan. But I think it's very hard unless if we fundraise, and maybe we'll have more sales and people to develop the product in Japan.
I see.
So yeah, sure. Start small and then get big if it's working.
That's very interesting. I know in Japan there is Cosme Attendance that's kind of trying to do that with Pico influencers as well. So I think there's a lot of potential. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sophie. Thank you.
Cool. That was Nicholas from Storywood. Good pitch. And for startup, that's Deep Again. Sanjeev is a founder. Deep Again has a mission of making cutting-edge education sustainable. And you can take over this slide.
Sure.
Sanjeev, you can start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Sanjeev, founder of Again. Our mission is to make cutting-edge education sustainable by making it affordable and available to everyone. The problem in the education sector is that the quality education is becoming increasingly expensive. For example, the rising tuition fee. Online platforms are either too shallow or are far from cutting edge, and often are disconnected with relevance to the industrial problems. Good graduate programs are there, but they're limited and tough to get into. To solve these problems, we provide online courses in 2 categories, category 1 and 2. Our category 1 courses are equivalent to a course being taught at top 10 graduate programs in the world. But in category 1A, we provide the level of knowledge that a student will acquire perhaps in second year of their PhD. To understand our category 2 courses, imagine if Udacity was actually the state of the art. Imagine if it was 10 to 15 times deeper than what it is today and was also more affordable. So our category 2 courses are what Udacity could have been, but it didn't become one. In terms of cost, our courses are significantly less expensive compared to the graduate counterparts, and also compared to the online courses that go beyond a mere introduction to the topic. So here is how users use our product. So we have our online platform, we have our courses, people pay and register for those courses and take those courses on our online platform. Here's a comparison of the price of our courses. We have taken University of Alberta in Canada as a reference because it is one of the least expensive university in Canada. So as you can see, we have our courses are 5 to 16 times less expensive compared to the graduate counterparts even today. Over the past few months, we have acquired 19 customers, and most of the customers who finish our courses, they actually register for another course on our platform. And with funds, we hope to tremendously accelerate this acquisition process of the customer. So currently we are raising $500,000 to scale our platform and to run more courses, to bring in more revenue, and to meet our business objectives to prepare for Series A in the next 1 year. So I have 12 years research experience in the relevant fields, with 7 of those being in academia. And we have other team members and also teaching staff in our startup. So in terms of the competitive chart, you can see we are on the top right box where our courses are the state of the art, just like any other advanced undergraduate or graduate program in the world. Furthermore, we are also planning to start category 3 courses to capture the skill development market in India. So skill development is an initiative of the central government to the tune of $10 billion. And every state in India is also going to spend around $500 million additionally towards skill development. And there are 30 states in India. So our vision is to be the world leader when it comes to cutting edge online education. And perhaps in near future, we hope to establish a parallel education system that runs in parallel to the graduate programs and colleges all over the world. Thank you.
Cool. 3 seconds left. So let's take the question from other people.
Okay, I can go in first. All right. Sanjeev, thank you. It was an interesting pitch and definitely a need today. And with everything going remote, I think there's a great opportunity to scale as well. For me, it's more about, in the edtech sector, when you're targeting customers, I would be keen to understand what's your channel strategy. Is it you're targeting the institutions to make it mandatory for students to use your solution? And then, the users are the students and the payers are the institutes? Or is it more like a Udemy where I can go online and I can, if I like the reviews, I read and compare and I start using your platform or the course?
Yeah. So currently we are not going after institutes. Currently we are going directly B2C, where the users can see our courses, compare with whatever platform they want to compare with, even with the graduate programs. And we often provide links actually. For example, if they want to know how our courses compare, let's suppose if we run a course in reinforcement, how does it compare to the RL course being taught at PhD level at UC Berkeley by Sergey Levin, right? So we provide all those links so people can compare, and after the comparison, they can take our courses basically. But definitely there's a strategy to actually go after institutes as well. For example, currently we are in talks with the state government in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So if the deal becomes successful, they'll put us into the 30 skill universities, capturing 3,000 students basically per quarter basically. So that's definitely in targets, but currently our focus is directly B2C.
And do you said you had 19 customers. Are those like B2C, B2B? Like what was those?
Yeah, all the 19 customers are currently B2C. So there are 16 in India, 2 in the United States, and 1 in Germany as of now.
Last question from my end. Do you own the content, or like is that proprietary content?
Yes, we are the creators of content, and if anyone wants to create the content on our platform, they have to have at least an MS with tremendous amount of research experience or a PhD in the relevant field basically to create this course. And that is what we want to expand with the funding basically. We want to get more. So I have tremendous amount of academia experience. So I want to bring in more professors to teach more courses in the near future.
Got it. No, thanks, Sanjeev. I think Terence also has a few questions.
Yeah, hi Sanjeev, thanks. Interesting presentation. What do you think is going to be the key differentiator for this platform? Is it cost? Is it quality of the education? Is it the variety of the courses? Like, how do you kind of differentiate yourself? Because a lot of the other courses and kind of what you marked it up against as competitors, I mean, those are kind of worldwide institutions. I mean, there's the reason they pay that much.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that, I think they're overpriced for sure. But you know what you get with those, and beyond that is not just the knowledge, it's off the branding as well, and a diploma, So how do you kind of, like what's the valuation? What's the value proposition for your
So basically that's why I said we want to establish a parallel system, not go against those, top institutes all over the world, because there are a lot more other experiences beyond education that people get at universities. But currently the key differentiator is the content that we provide and at the price point that we provide it. So for example, all our residents in the US and Germany, they already have an MS degree from universities in the US and Germany, and they are our residents just because of the depth that we provide in our courses. So for example, if you are already a working professional, you don't have a liberty to actually go and enroll into a graduate program. And it's also very hard as you grow older, it's become harder and harder to actually get into those programs. But many of the people want to expand, their knowledge base and to actually get the state-of-the-art jobs in the AI, robotics, and relevant areas. And we actually fill that gap. And also one more key differentiator is that if you go to, let's suppose if you go to MIT, right? I mean, they are going to assume that you are at least one of the top 100 people all over the world to actually get into MIT, and the knowledge will, the courses will start from that level basically. So one of the other factors that is in our course is that we try to take the registrant from the very introduction to the highest level of the depth that our course provides basically. So we often cover all the prerequisites as well. So it's a holistic experience rather than jumping from one course to another to actually, let's suppose if you take a Stanford open online course on MIT UC, you'll have to go through a series of other lectures as well to actually understand that content because it's so advanced basically, right? So we actually cover those prerequisites as well in our course basis. So that those are the key differentiators, the content and the price point at which we provide that content.
And then is it kind of passive learning, or is there interaction, you know, or is there homework? Like, is there because once you get to a certain level, I feel like you actually need some support, you know, because everyone.
And yes. And for every course, we have teaching staff, we have TAs actually. So for example, in our course, for example, we are currently running a robotics course. There are 30 assignments in those courses. And in each of those assignments, user has to, you know, develop the algorithms from scratch and actually implement. Just for example, you can go about using any other library for that matter to implement algorithms. So we actually make them implement those algorithms just like a graduate school will force you to implement those algorithms. So this is what we provide, you know, as a holistic. So there are discussion forums as well. If they have doubt, they can clear their doubts in the discussion forum as well. But at least if we talk about the primary content that is currently passive, it's recorded basically, because live streaming is currently not feasible, at least in the next few years, because it's very hard to scale as well, given the level that we are in. So perhaps in near future we may be able to start some courses that have live training model, but currently we are all in the passive mode, at least as of now.
Time's up. Sorry, last quick question from Madhukar. What is the USP for your company? It is just a cost. Quick answer.
So the content, the cost, the content and the cost of that content. This is the use. So the primary is going to the content, and the secondary factor is the price point of that content.
Cool. That was Deep A Game and Sanjeev. Great job.
Thanks so much.
Next one is Shofu. Hani is the CEO and the founder. Shofu offers a computer vision solution for e-commerce owners to create their product pictures faster and make the product more attractive without photo shooting and tools. Hani, you can take over this slide.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Okay, the screen is visible. You can start your presentation in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Yeah, hi, I'm Hani, the CEO and founder at Shofu. When I was a student, I built out my first website to sell the product online. And I think the most difficult part is not about coding. It's about how to make the pictures more attractive. So I think, what if there's a solution that help me to make the pictures more professional? So that's what Shofu do. We provide the solution that we help them to optimize their pictures more professional, increase the sales, and save the time. You can see the left side, that's the original pictures uploaded by the users, and the right side is the pictures that generate from the Shofu solution. And the process is very simple. The user only need to do this, upload one picture, and we will help them to generate the professional pictures within 5 seconds. And we also sync for the platform like the Shopify or Shopee, so they all process are automatically. And our business model, we have the freemium model. So the users can upload 10 pictures. That means 10 products per month for free. But they can upload more than 30 products, and it costs $29 per month. And we also have the plugin on the Shopify marketplace. So they can use the pay as you go for $10 or $20, and it will increase our revenue to the $2 million this year. And what is the market size? We have the TAM to $2.5 billion, and if we focus on the United States market, that brings us the $0.6 billion. And if we target at the 1% market share, that brings us the $6 million. So about our traction, we launched on last year, but we already have the nearly 100 small business users, and we will going to acquire more than 200 paid users this month. That means the MRR will nearly the 6K per month. And about our team, we have the 5 more years experience in startup and enterprise, and I'm an engineer and business background. So I bring our previous company to hit the largest market share in Taiwan, and our co-founder, who was the senior data engineer in Zalando, and Zalando is a very famous leading fashion e-commerce platform in the Europe. So why we are here today, because we are looking for the pre-seed round, the 200K for the 12 months, and hit the target milestone at the 34,000 within the 6 months. And we are also looking for the partner to bring us to the US to looking for the corporate partnership and help us to bring growth the strategy. So if you're interested in us, feel free to chat with us on the Clubhouse. I'm Hanny. Thank you.
Cool, great pitch. In that case, let's take questions from audiences. Let's start 30 minutes. Let's take one question from one person each by. Yeah.
Honey, what is the competing products that people who use Shopify, what are they using? Is it Photoshop Express? Is it, GIMP? Is it Pixlr? Like, what's the alternative? Or are they just using iPhones and using the, the filters on that? Because those are already pretty good.
Yeah. So the question is about the competition with other alternative apps like the Photoshop or retouching app or any other, like the remove background is a famous photo edit automatic tools. And what is our value proposition is that we help them to shorten the process. They only need to put one pictures with the product with the complicated background, but we help them to remove the background, and we will dictate the product by the computer vision. So we will know that, oh, that's a bag. So we will find the suitable scenarios background for the object, and we will help them to generate one final pictures. And also we will auto tagging. We will add the tags so they can easily to upload to the Shopify or easily to upload to the WooCommerce.
Thanks. I think that Alloy is probably not a good comp for this because yes, they do automation, but they're really on the payment side. So that's Saradu's business, and YC. So it's a very, I wouldn't put that on this because I don't think it's the right comp for your business because you're not helping on the payments.
Got it.
Cool. In that case, a question from Evan. Do you focusing on content optimization only or digital content creation? It is essentially AI-enabled auto cropping and auto filter tool or resource creation tools? The question from Evan.
I think in this stage is the content optimization because they have their products. So we want to change or edit their products content, but we'll help them to organize what should be what kind of the pictures should be more attractive or should be can be more increase the conversion rate. So it's kind of the optimization tools.
Cool, sounds good. Anyone has any question? Next question. Okay. All right. In the case, that was Shofu. Great job. Let's take a last pitch. Sorry. The last one is a Customer Glue. Pratik is CEO and co-founder. Customer Glue is low-code gamification platform. Pratik, you can take over this slide.
Hey everyone, this is Pratik. I'm building Customer Glue. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, it just showed up now. Yeah, you can start in 3, 2, 1. Just rock. Yeah.
Sure. Hello everyone, this is Pratik. I'm building Customer Glue. Customer Glue is a low-code gamification platform. We are a B2B SaaS for marketers at mobile applications. Now, before anything else, let me just quickly talk about our traction. We launched in May 2020. We clocked in $17,800 in the last quarter, which is 17.8K USD. And we have some enterprise POCs lined up for this quarter and the next. Companies like Zalora, Falabella, Book My Show, and some of our customers in the US, which was a big win for us. Being a team in India, we were able to crack our very first customer in the US. We are looking to cross $25,000 in monthly recurring revenue by February. And by the end of this year, we plan to cross 60 to 70K in monthly recurring revenue. Now to talk about what do we solve for these companies. So if you look at today, the customers are incentivized to complete activities, for example, make a purchase using outdated and overused solutions. For example, you are given points, you're given coupons, but maybe not everyone wants that because around $360 billion worth of revenue is lost as a lost opportunity along all of these promotions which go unused. At the same time, businesses shut down because they bleed a lot of money in these discounts and promotions. Whereas they can use other factors, for example, social influence, they can use development and accomplishment, they can use scarcity, FOMO, to drive more usage and push the users to keep coming back. Now, every single user that comes to the platform needs to have their own journey to discover the real value prop and get to that activated stage and continue using the platform and become an ambassador. And today, companies try to power or push all of that with one single journey. So in a nutshell, businesses know about all of these problems, but they don't know how to solve it. So big reasons are developer effort. It takes too much of time to build an onboarding flow and push it out to the users. They end up spamming their users with a lot of push notifications. And there are no tools in the market that can help them drive interactive engagement at scale. Now, let me quickly give you a demo of what we can do. So Purple is one of our customers, a beauty e-commerce application. Now, after integrating inside the app, we are able to power certain views. For example, in this case, we were able to power an activity program for them. And what you're seeing here is this entire layout is fixed, but every business can come in and they can customize it with their own inputs. For example, add 5 moisturizers to cart, or fill the beauty profile, or place an order worth rupees 800 or more. This entire UI is provided by Customer Glue with a dashboard. And the users can go ahead and complete the steps. And we seamlessly integrate with the existing app. Now, when the user is actually completing the steps, we also integrate with the existing notification system, and we can trigger messages like these. When the users click on this, they again go back inside the app, and they can see their coupon that they have just won via gamification. And this is the whole piece of why it becomes super engaging for the users to use. In terms of fundraise, we're quickly looking to raise $500,000 to reach our next Series A milestone of raising $1 to $1.5 million next. Thank you.
Great.
Cool. In that case, let's take questions from our audience.
If
Hi, Pratik. This is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, I'll go. Hi, Pratik. This is Saurabh from Pentathlon Ventures. I was going to ask that some of the customers that you're working with, could you maybe quickly talk about the outcomes that you were able to deliver for them? I think that will help us understand a bit of value proposition and use case.
Absolutely. So Purple, they purchased us last quarter for 10,000 USD, and they've renewed their contract for this quarter again. And we were able to drive an 8% uplift in conversions. And this was purely attributed to Customer Glue, where without Customer Glue, they were having 8% lesser conversions during a sale. Also, just to mention, at the same time, we also drive repeat rates. For example, in case of same Purple again, we were able to drive 42% of users, more users, to come back on the app every single day.
Pradeep, when you say conversion, what does that mean?
Purchases.
Got it. And how does it work? This is not in their app, right? This is done through your website, and then you push them back to their website or their app.
No, so we have an SDK. No, so this is a SDK. The SDK goes inside the application, and the entire experience can be powered or just controlled with our dashboard. So on our dashboard, you can come in, there are a bunch of templates, and you can just drag and drop, build a bunch of elements, and you can publish it, and it goes live on the application. Right. You can check out our documentation at docs.customerglue.com to understand more about how to integrate and how easy it is to get started. There are certain sample APIs that you can use to even test out the entire system yourselves.
Just to follow up on that, Pratik, so you showed a few of the journeys, right? You created maybe online beauty survey. So who creates those various workflows for the end customers to try? Is it like Purple as a customer, or Does your backend team help them to create it? So that's one. And how do you charge? Like, what's your pricing model?
Right. So we provide the user interface and the ability to inject these user interfaces at the user level without making another app release. Right. So you can just customize the interfaces and you can push them on the app without another app release. The activities specifically are created by our customers today. So adding 5 moisturizers is something that our customers provide us as an input via the dashboard.
And do you charge like a
right. So we charge, so we charge a monthly subscription fee based on the number of plays. And when I talk about a play, what one plays, let's say a user comes in and completes one activity, which is, let's say, making one purchase or fill their profile, etc., use a feature of the application. That is one play for us across all the users. So we charge you for 500,000 plays a month, 1,000 plays a month, or whatever the users you have.
Thanks for that.
Cool. Time's up. Anyone has any question? Cool. In that case, actually, we just finished it within an hour. It seems like, there are a few conversation on the chat side. Also, like some of the investors, you may want to talk to them directly. So after this event, Satya and I, we're gonna send it an email to you guys, the basically founders contact information and the website and stuff. So you basically reach out to them. You guys could set up this separate call with them. I think that's it. Sachin, anything you want to add?
No, it was great. I guess, yeah, everyone can have a one-on-one once we share the information of the startups, and you can even reach out to me or Jen, to directly speak to if any of the startup interested in yours or have more questions, or in terms of networking. Same goes for the startups. And yeah, thank you for sparing your time on a Friday, which is great.
Awesome. Oh, by the way, so we wanted to do a group picture if you guys don't mind. If anyone doesn't want to show your face, you could turn off your the profile picture, and if you don't mind,